Hello, my name is Ann Birmingham from 2WA Consulting. We're the consulting firm that is working with Manny and providing a 360 survey. And I want to first of all thank you because you're receiving this video because you've agreed to be a rater. And I want to give you just some information to help you be a little bit more comfortable with the process, understand the process, and know what you need to do to be a great rater. So let me just highlight a few things for you, if I may. So first of all, we'll be going through all of these items. I think I've highlighted some of them right now. But what I really want to share with you is a 360. If you think about it, and Manny was standing in the center of a circle, and people were standing all around him in 360 degrees, everyone sees him a little bit differently. And that's why we invite many different people to engage in a 360 process, answering questions and sharing their viewpoints about the individual or the subject in this case. And all of those raters' perspectives are extremely valuable. Manny himself also rates himself on all the questions. So what's also valuable is for Manny to be able to look and see if how he sees himself is similar to how others see him, or are there some differences. So that's part of what a 360 process is about. In this case, in addition to Manny doing the rating, he's elected and invited 19 others. So you were one of those 19. This whole process is a self-development report process. So the report that'll be generated is for Manny's eyes only. And we at 2WA will also see it because we're going to help him to debrief it and understand it. So very shortly, you're going to receive a survey link from SurveyMonkey. It will say 2WA Consulting as well in the title, and that's what you will actually complete. And then all the data gets generated. We create a report. I'm going to show you a sample report in a few minutes. So a little bit more about the agreed upon process. As said, Manny will also do the rating, so he's going to see in each question how he rated himself. There'll be 4 categories of other raters. And so obviously you fit into one of those. There'll be a board category, executive team, shared leadership team, associate leadership team. And so your scores will go into one of those buckets or columns, and I'll show you a sample. Then there'll also be qualitative comments. And again, they'll be organized by those 4 categories, but never with your name attributed. We're asking you to complete the survey by the end of April. And once you've done so, once everyone has completed that, you will get some nudges from us come about the 3rd week of April if we haven't had your report in yet. But once we pull that together, we're going to pull together a report. And as I say, the report's for Manny's eyes only. He may elect to share some of the comments or some of the things he learned, but this is not a performance tool. This is a self-development tool. And so please be as open and honest as you can be. That's really how the value of this process. So in addition to being honest and open, we ask you to make sure you complete as many questions as you can. There are a few where it says I cannot rate, but please try and complete as many as you can, both the rating scale and the comments. But when you see the sample report that I'm going to show you in a moment, you'll see that no one's name is beside a comment. You're just going to be in a category, but you want to make sure that you write something that's clear, not just he is great, but something that's meaningful. And I think the questions you'll see in a moment are some good prompts that will help you with that. When I say a rating scale, there's going to be competencies or behaviors, questions, and you're going to be asked about rarely observed to always observed. And so that'll be the rating scale that you're going to be using. What are the questions? There are some about the values of the YMCA and how well does Manny model them. We have taken some sections from CEO Excellence, concepts in a book I know we share with many of you, and worked at some particular areas that we felt were really important. And then also focused in on some of the desired culture shifts that you're currently striving to make based on your employee survey last year and some engagement with staff. And so again, he's got some specific questions about himself relative to those. After each big section, you'll be asked what should he start or stop doing and keep. Please try and do a start or a stop plus a keep. That really helps to create a balanced report. And then at the end of the survey, you're going to have 3 big questions: his greatest strengths, areas to improve, 3 pieces of advice. So let me just show you a sample report if I can. Now I'm going to show you a sample report, but as I say, we have actually created this survey for the YMCA of Hamilton, Burlington, Brantford. So we haven't yet developed the exact report. So this is a similar, but his will look a little bit differently. So what will be in it? First of all, it'll show the responder relationships. There'll be 1 subject, Manny. There'll be 2 in the board section. And then there's about 5 or so in the 3 other sections that I mentioned earlier, the 3 other categories of executive leadership, shared leadership, associate leadership. And then this will start off with taking the ratings of the 20 individuals who are completing this and noting those that had the highest questions, that had the highest rating and the lowest rating. Then in each section, it'll show, and again, the questions are a little bit different from Manny, but this is the concept. There'll be a mean, that'll be the 20. There'll be Manny's rating, that'll be 1. Then there'll be the 4 categories, the board, the executive leadership, etc. And there'll be 4 categories here. And so your ratings will be in your category. It won't say who scored what. It'll have an overall mean for that group. Then, in addition, there will be a section with the qualitative. And again, it'll be organized by the 4 categories. Your comments will be 1 bullet point. So they are verbatim, but it doesn't have your name there. So you don't want to write something so personal as when, Manny and I were at the meeting with the so-and-so donor and this, and he said, because that will attribute it specifically to you. But you also don't want to write comments that are so generic, like wonderful, fantastic. You want to actually say something specific in terms of, in your case, it'll be start, stop, and keep questions in each of the sections. And so there will be many with all the different questions that'll be like this. And then at the very end, there are some questions about things like his greatest strengths, sorry, I'm not trying to make you dizzy, greatest 3 pieces of advice, and that's what the report will look like. So in wrapping up, let me just tell you a little bit more to hopefully make you feel very comfortable and well prepared to completing the report. So in particular, what I want to share with you is, and reiterate and reinforce a couple points. To be a good rater, need to be honest. This is for Manny's self-development. You need to take the time to write comments. It adds the richness to the report. Be sure you share what the person does well and its impact on you, not just issues or concerns. And be thoughtful. It takes about 45 minutes to complete the survey. Make sure you give yourself some time. And please honor the deadline and be finished by the end of April. So if you have any questions, reach out to us. When I say us, my business partner, Michael Howes, and myself, Ann Birmingham, we can be reached at info@2waconsulting.com. Or you can call and text Michael at 905-517-6358. Again, thank you so much for agreeing to be a rater. I hope now you feel a little bit more prepared, and we look forward to compiling the report. Thank you.